We do pre-roll advertising inside of each of the streams. So when you start a stream, you'll get an advertisement before the stream itself runs. We don't insert commercials in formally into our streams right now. We don't traffic in ads like you would with a television broadcast. We are going to be doing some of that around the inauguration, because essentially we're going to go wall to wall. We're going to have 4 simultaneous streams of the inaugural events, different cameras on the parade routes, different cameras near the podiums. We're going to kind of have the whole thing covered from different angles. And in that, we're also going to be running a show. We're going to have Melissa Long here in Washington, D.C., covering the events live from here. We'll have a series of anchors back in our studio in Atlanta covering from there, and we will be inserting commercials into that. And we're going to just experiment with some different formats. We're going to have some 30s, we're going to run a 60. We're just going to kind of see how that goes and what the audience wants out of it.
So how big will the inauguration be, do you think, for live streaming for you guys? Are you ready to do it? You got the server bandwidth?
We are ready to do it. We have invested in making sure that we're ready. And nobody knows. We haven't seen an event of this scale. I think that this has a good chance to be one of the most watched events in internet history. And what that means for us at CNN.com, I'm hoping that we'll be the place that people turn to, and I think that we should be, because our coverage is going to be really unique. But there'll be lots of places that people can see it. I think in aggregate, I don't have any doubt in aggregate it'll be the most watched event on the internet, and my guess is that CNN.com Live will have a tremendous day as well. Well, it's unique. I think it's one of the few places, if not the only place, that you can get, live 24/7 news online. We haven't been challenged in that or replicated. People have come in around events to do live streaming, but we have it all the time. So I think for that it's been really great. It's got a dedicated core of users, but obviously with this political process and the number of speeches and events that have been unfolding, the usage has really escalated dramatically in 2008.
Do you think that's because people are just consuming on computers or broadband, or what are the sort of trends? And of course, the news of the day, some pretty big news stories.
Right.
But what are your thoughts of some of the factors that have driven that consumption?
Well, broadband availability, I think, is the first one. The second thing is people being able to have high speed in their office, and firewalls being more accepting of video coming in and things like that. We definitely see a spike in usage during the day, and in particular around the lunch hour. So some people have written about this sort of lunch hour trend of viewership, and we see that inside of our site as well. And then I think the news cycle itself and the political process and the efficacy it's been part of this year for all Americans has really increased the usage. And we're putting more effort into the programming and try to making it differentiated and distinctive, and doing unique things like what we're going to be doing for the inauguration with Facebook, and that's starting to raise awareness more. You're seeing us put more effort into marketing and promotion, and so those things drive viewership as well.